Welcome back to our minute-to-minute analysis of Matrix Revolutions. Last time, Neo arrives at the Oracle's home after the architect revealed to him that his entire life was preordained and manipulated. Will Neo finally escape the fortune teller's influence, or will he still be manipulated? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Remember what you were like when you first walked through my door? Jittery as a June bug. And now just look at you.
In the movie script, there's an extra bit of dialogue before this line, an extra bit of exposition about choice. Choice, the gift we are forever unwrapping. And you know better than most that certain changes can forever change our lives. Sometimes those choices are visible, sometimes they're not. These deleted lines are sort of redundant to the rest of the Oracle's dialogue, possibly why they were eliminated. Yet the message of choice is forever changing us, whether we see such changes or not, is interesting. She is possibly referring to Neo, who has changed from being a wimpy person to the One, all starting with the choice to take the red pill. Neo is now confident and empowered. He is well on his way to becoming the first anomaly to change everything.
You sure did surprise me, Neo, and you still do.
You gave me a few surprises too.
Neo's answer carries a hint of annoyance. The Oracle did surprise him, but not in a positive way. Right now, Neo's question from Matrix Reloaded still stands. He still doesn't know which side the Oracle is on.
I hope I helped.
You helped me to get here, but my question is why?
This scene is extremely important. Just a few moments ago, Neo rejected the Oracle's candy. We speculate that he had remembered what the Merovingian taught him about how food can be used to change people. And this scene confirms that Neo is probably following the wisdom of the Frenchman. For the first time, Neo is questioning the Oracle. Why? Recall that the Merovingian told Neo that he did not know the why.
To understand the why. Why is what separates us from them. You from me. Why is the only real source of power. Without it, you are powerless. And this is how you come to me. Without why, without power. Another link in the chain.
Yet here we see Neo standing in front of the Oracle, rejecting her food and asking questions. Without a doubt, the Merovingian has opened Neo's eyes.
Where is this going? Where does it end?
I don't know.
You don't know or you won't tell me?
I told you before, no one can see beyond a choice they don't understand. And I mean no one.
What choice?
It doesn't matter. It's my choice. I have mine to make, same as you have yours.
Does that include what things to tell me and what not to tell me?
Of course not.
The Oracle explains to him that they cannot see past the choices they don't understand. And she's right, to some extent. Neo is asking her about the endgame, but she doesn't know what will happen because she made a choice. Neo asks her what choice, to which she replies, it doesn't matter. We will see the result of that choice later on. The point is that she made that choice, but does not know what will happen because of it, although she strongly believes that everything will work out in the end.
Then why didn't you tell me about the architect? Why didn't you tell me about Zion and the ones before me? Why didn't you tell me the truth?
Neo seems frustrated while asking those questions because he believes that the Oracle was hiding important information from him. Yet she simply had to remind him of her favorite proverb hanging on the plaque over her kitchen entryway to relax him. She smiles and reminds Neo that only he can choose when to learn the things he needed to learn. Neo finally understands that he needs to depend on himself and ask questions rather than let others tell him the answers without the questions. Ergo, he does just that.
Tell me how I separated my mind from my body without jacking in. Tell me how I stopped 4 sentinels by thinking it. Tell me just what the hell is happening to me.
This part is equal parts interesting and confusing. The Oracle explains that the powers of the One extend to the real world, but it does not necessarily mean that Neo has powers in the real world. Neo is connected to the source in the real world. How exactly? Well, possibly due to some type of wireless piece of tech in his body. Neo managed to touch the source, shut down the Sentinels, and connect to Mobile Ave without jacking in. Interestingly, the Oracle says that Neo should be dead. This is what should happen to all programs that return to the source. They are eliminated, or die, so to speak. Yet Neo touched it and lived.
The architect told me that if I didn't return to the source, Zion would be destroyed by midnight tonight.
Please. You and I may not be able to see beyond our own choices, but that man can't see past any choice.
The Oracle's reaction when Neo mentions the architect is curious. Her response to the father's warning that Zion will be destroyed was a condescending remark, similar to the architect's when Neo mentioned the Oracle to him.
The Oracle, please.
Please.
This shows that although they are rival programs, they have something in common and complement each other. The Oracle proposed the adding of choice to the equation. The architect doesn't understand choice.
Why not?
He doesn't understand them. He can't. To him, they are variables in an equation. One at a time, each variable must be solved and counted.
This is why the early versions of the Matrix failed. The architect just could not comprehend the irrational decisions based on emotions, but the Oracle can.
That's his purpose, to balance the equation.
What's your purpose?
To unbalance it.
Perhaps the purpose of their rivalry is to perfect the simulation. Anyways, the Oracle claims that she wants the same thing Neo wants.
Why? What do you want?
I want the same thing you want, Neo. And I'm willing to go as far as you are to get it.
But how far is the Oracle willing to go to bring an end to the war? Well, based on her actions, she's been willing to risk or sacrifice red pills and programs alike. She manipulates them, creates a false religion, and leads them down dangerous paths without explaining why. It's kind of ominous, her response to Neo, but she is true to her word. The Oracle will do whatever it takes to reach her goal, even sacrifice her own body. Next time, the darkness is coming, and Neo must prepare. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.